Hi. I'll be starting in just a minute. How are you, everyone? Welcome. If you haven't signed in, go for it. You can totally take 2 seconds and sign into Ustream, and then you'll be able to chat with everyone, which is one of the funnest parts of this technology. Oh my gosh, look how many people are here. This is awesome. Welcome. Yay. Hi, everybody. Woo! Hi, Erin. Oh, yay! There should be like theme music or something beforehand. Oh, I am so excited to be here with you all this evening to teach you how to succeed via social media and sales. It is really easy. It is not difficult. And if you hate social media, you are in the right place. So, I would say first, let's all just take a nice deep breath. I think everybody's probably had a really busy day. And just inhale and relax for a moment. And that's about as relaxed as this class is going to get because I'm going to give you loads and loads of information. I hate calls or classes where they rope you in and they don't tell you a lot. So you may want to grab paper and pen. I would actually suggest it. There will be a replay of this class also, but we are going to really cover some very deep and intense social media work, if there's such a thing, tonight, and talk about social media and sales. So welcome and enjoy yourselves. And we are going to give prizes, and the first one is to Baby Med Basics. I just saw your name pop up, and you're gonna have to wait till the halftime to tell you what the prize is, but it's really good. And I know you. Oh, I'm so glad. Yay. Okay, perfect. She does items for newborn babies so that you don't have to worry about their safety, which is really quite cool. So, well, you won. It's a really good, it's gonna blow your mind. So, anyway, what should we, I was gonna tell a joke, and I was gonna, which is a really bad idea, but let me tell you what the joke was. I was gonna say that my social media sales strategy is, first you need to announce it's your cat's birthday, and then you need to give a shout out to your dead father on the anniversary of his death, and then you need to get engaged. Because that's what I've done in the last 2 weeks on social media, and it got you all here. And that actually is a little bit of the underflow of what we'll talk about today. And we're going to be really thinking outside the box. So everything you've ever heard about social media, just for a moment, try on a new way of thinking and see how this fits, because social media really is about results. Social media is not about learning technology. It's about learning techniques for sales. If you leave with nothing else besides that, well, I would say there's one other thing. If social media is not giving your business results, go play golf, go shop, do anything, but stop doing social media. Because I was in a meeting earlier today with someone, and they said, well, we told everyone to tweet, we told everyone to post it on Facebook, we told everyone, and no one did it. And I said, that's because it's broken. What you did not work. And I'm going to show you exactly during this hour how to do things that absolutely work in social media. So you'll bear with me. I have some notes written down just because I don't want to forget everything, but we're going to cover 5 really important points. And what we're going to focus on tonight is sales strategy. So, teeny bit about me, just in case you're not familiar with me. I've done high-end sales for 20 years. I've actually done low-end sales as well. Sold over $25 million worth of stuff. Sold Willie Nelson in under 5 minutes on doing an artistic project. Sold $1 million condo on the phone. I've trained over 200 salespeople. I've done everything from mascara to high-end condos. I sold Britney Spears her piano. And I worked in New York on Madison Avenue. And actually, this is something I really feel like is pertinent. I'm not a born salesperson. I'm someone that when I started, I worked in cosmetics at Macy's Herald Square, and people would come up and they'd say, how's this moisturizer? And I'd say, it will break you out. You should go to the place over there and get their moisturizer. And I was on commission. So with that heart, I still bring you the sales stuff we're going to do tonight. And there is nothing sneaky, slimy, or gross that has to be done in order for your business to really succeed. So let's just dive in. First 3 questions, and these are always the important ones that I ask people to know. And if you don't know the answers to these, then this is a really important time to really jot this down, think of it later, because it's going to be hard to do sales without it. via social media or any other way. So first of all, what's your goal? Not what your product is, what your services are, what's your goal? And that can be a dollar amount. If you're a spiritual teacher, it can be a certain number of people that you have contact with. It can be whatever you want. I mean, it can be, if you're doing nonprofit work, something for your nonprofit. It doesn't have to be money, but what's your goal? And you need to know that. And that is where I start with all my clients. Second question, and you'll forgive me, I moved from New York after 20 years to LA, and so I will now say, what's your mission? Which may sound a little bit West Coast to people. But I'm sure, for instance, Baby Med Basics, your mission is not to make people purchase a lot of products from you. Your mission is to allow people to feel comfortable having a baby and that they can keep their baby safe, and that's a noble mission. And what you may find also, quite frankly, is that your mission does not align with your goal. And so you're going to need to back up and probably think of another goal. I just find that, you know, there are some things that will sell like hotcakes, and there are some things that it is just entirely difficult to sell. And in this day and age, the amazing news about social media, and it's funny because I get passionate, it almost makes me cry. But you can reach an international audience instantaneously and be so close to them. It is the easiest and the best time for sales, bar none. You can hear people talk about how they hate the shoes they just bought. And if you are someone who makes shoes, that's your target market. You can hear people talk about eating too many cookies. And if you work with people on losing weight, that's your target market. If you keep your eye out for your friends, you can pay attention to when they eat too many cookies and let your friends know when they need to be in touch with their target market. All of a sudden, sales is social, and it is a magnificent time to be involved in sales. So, what's your goal? What's your mission? And who's your target market? And I will say that the one thing that consistently surprises me, and now I just accept it, is most of the time, most people have no idea who their target market is. I have this idea in my head of who my target market is, and when I look at the sales, it is not the people that I think it is. So be aware if you have any sort of like, I really want to sell to the cool people, or I really want to sell to the whatever. Think about your mission, think about who needs you, and those are the people you need to be in touch with. So if you've got all three of those in line, what's your goal, what's your mission, what's your target market, now we can talk about how you add social media. So, number one, and I love this, and it's very true, and God bless my clients, because I wouldn't know these things about myself unless they told me. Think up. Social media is not just, for instance, I don't sit on Facebook all day and go, who's this person? Oh, they don't have a Twitter account. They need me. Let me go get them. That's not what you want to think about. There are so many clients out there for you. It's unbelievable. What you want to think about is who is the person who could help your business the most. That may be somebody who has 10,000 followers and they can talk about how amazing your product is. It may be someone whose testimonial of your product, if you can get it to them. If you're a celebrity, if they're a celebrity, that may have far-reaching breadth for you. It may be a wholesale account because they're going to buy a lot more than an individual person. It may be a group, it may be an organization. But it is really crucial that you not just think down in terms of, okay, who are the people who can buy my product for $39.99? You need to think about who are the influential people that you would love to get your product in front of, that you are passionate about being involved with, that you can imagine taking your coaching, and you need to get in touch with those people. And that is one of the best tricks. It's not even a trick. It's one of the best ways to do sales. And it's one of the best ways to live life, quite frankly. Someone asked when I'd asked for questions for tonight, how have I gotten some of my clients? And I do have some really unbelievable, amazing clients. I'm very fortunate. And I will tell you, first off, Most of my clients are not people who are on Facebook all day. People who need social media help generally are not the people who are tweeting all the time. They're generally the people who are at home going, I hate social media. I don't understand social media. I don't have time to do social media. So please know there are 5 million reasons why all of us can't do anything. However, and it's my mother, I think, who taught me there always is a yes, and you just have to find the yes. So one of the biggest contracts I got was I volunteered to do social media for an organization that was helping in Haiti. They get my screen just went totally black. They have gotten an amazing amount of doctors there within a very short time. They packed boxes. They really mobilized and got help in there, and they're actually starting a neonatal hospital for them. And if you go to my Facebook page or if you're on my email list, you'll hear me talk about them a lot, because I really think that it is magnificent what they're doing. And so I actually felt frustrated that I wasn't able to help more, and so I volunteered my time to do social media because it's a way to get the word out really quickly. So in doing that, which was completely volunteer, I saw a couple months later someone who was doing a big event, and they didn't have social media that I could tell. And I just sent them an email. It's not difficult to find these things out. You know, if they've posted it on Facebook, if they've posted it on LinkedIn, if they've posted it anywhere, you can find them. And so I connected with them and I said, you know, I would love to do social media for your event. And I gifted my time to one of your friends who I could see was a friend of his through Facebook in doing this other project. And I would love to talk. And so it absolutely came together. It is a misnomer that your clients are going to come find you. Sales has changed. If you're doing social media for business, you need to go find your clients. It's easy, it's not difficult. When else in your life have you got people sitting in their pajamas at home ready to tell you the truth? People will tell you if they hate your product. They will tell you how much they'll pay for your product. They'll tell you if they like your product. They'll tell you all sorts of crazy things that have nothing to do with anything, and that doesn't matter. We're not looking for no's here, we're looking for yeses. So I know someone who father had sent a tweet to Shaq about his son who was 11 and playing in a basketball tournament. His son got a phone call from Shaq. So it is not that difficult, and you have to think big and you have to think up. If someone is there on Facebook and ready, willing, and able to accept your incoming communication, you need not to stop yourself from doing that. I think of when I used to act, and there was a playwright I loved, and I connected with him, and I have to tell you that it was just as exciting for him to hear from me as it was for me to be in touch with him, I would say. And I've been reading Michael Gerber's new book, who wrote The E-Myth, and he talks about your clients are really waiting for you and wanting you. I mean, I've worked with people who work with folks with fibromyalgia. Don't you think that your clients are, if you have some sort of cure or something to make their life better, don't they want to hear from you? Don't they need you? So you really need to think proactively about going out and getting your clients. So that's one point. I love doing this. This is so fun. Look at everybody over there. Okay, so sales is now social. Your customers are now your salespeople. If I moved to LA a year ago, when I don't know where to go get a massage, I post on my page on Facebook, who's a good masseuse. 10 to 20 people will write back and tell me who they like. So when you're thinking of social media, what you need to realize is that there is such a serious power in numbers, and you want to mobilize those numbers. So here are some tips specifically for dealing with the fact that it's a new paradigm, that it's a new way of being, that it's not the same as it used to be. First off, you want to have a large group of raving fans. These may be people who never buy. They may not be able to afford your services. but they are people who are hungry for what you're talking about and respond every time that you post. You need to at least have 5 of those people, and you need to engage with them, and you need to respect them, and you maybe even need to gift them product so that they are able to sing your praises. And something else I think that we don't realize a lot is if you're in a metropolitan area. I grew up in a very small town in the Midwest, and the access that people now have via social media is tremendous. So, like I was just at Agape International Spiritual Center. There's nothing like that anywhere else that I've actually been. So if they do outreach and talk to folks that are in Wisconsin, in Australia is huge if you are, oh, thank you for the speak louder. Let me do that. Yay, I'll even turn up the audio. I appreciate it. So let me know if this is better. See, this is social media at its finest. How's that? Is that better? Okay, let me know if it's not. So, Australia, if you do self-help stuff, definitely tap into the market of Australia. People there buy like crazy, but you have access to people who would have never had access to you before. Your ability to get to them, Agape does streaming live, which is brilliant. What if you're somewhere far away and have no access? There are just a million ways to reach out via social media. And so I think it's really important that you realize, and it's that same point again, but just there really are a lot of people who now have access to you and really need you. Someone that hired me to find their target market, it's one of the services I do, is a photographer, and she does beautiful photography. And it's a lot of citizen journalism, and it's about Rwanda and the genocide. And she got an email from someone who was in Kenya who said that she had prayed the night before that a photographer would come into her life. She didn't know anyone who was a photographer. And then we had friended her that day, and she said, and my client is not someone who's a big God person, but I have chills. It was like that is exactly what she wanted. She wanted more of an international reach in a community, and this young woman in Kenya said that when she takes her photos, she's going to send them to my client. And that's pretty astounding. So I would encourage you not to look at social media as a difficult, hard thing. Quite frankly, if you know anyone who's like 18 to 24, they can quickly teach you a lot of stuff. But the key thing is, I said to somebody the other day, they were like, well, what's the difference if we have an intern do social media versus you? And I said, well, it's like a golf club. If you give me a golf club and if you give Tiger Woods a golf club, the difference between what we can do with them is tremendous. So the philosophy and the things that I'm going to share with you tonight are the really important things to know, because I don't know that every 18 to 24-year-old could understand them. I do know that as business owners or service providers or whatever has brought you to the call this night, that you have hard-earned experience. It's a changing time. Facebook soon is going to be, we're not going to have websites anymore. We're going to be on Facebook. It's going to be bigger than Google. So you really, in order to do business, do have to be on social media. To do it wisely, though, is the thing that is profitable and fun and really productive. So if your customers are your salespeople now, how do you want to treat your new group of salespeople? I'm going to skip ahead to a point. You want to be creative. You want to ask them to put up testimonials about how much they love your product. If you had 20 video testimonials tomorrow on your page, what kind of difference would that make? You can keep all those videos. You can put them on YouTube. You can talk to Erin Huggins, who's on here, who does video marketing and knows way more than I do about that. But you've got a limitless supply of social proof that your stuff is good. It's extraordinarily different than the 2 ways that I see people doing social media for sales. Either there's someone who's consistently posting, and please, I hate when people, there's etiquette that's involved. Think of it as if you owned a store. And if you owned a store, when someone walked in, you wouldn't be like, hi, will you buy this? You would be like, hi, welcome. I love your shoes. Those are so great. How's your dog? And so you want to do the same thing on social media. So please do not go and post your stuff on other people's pages like it's a billboard. The social part in social media is really important, and there is social etiquette and you want to follow it. However, the thing that I find with the majority of my clients, and this may, social media brings up a lot of issues. It brings up stuff about visibility. It brings up stuff about success. And so it's really important to be aware of those things and to not be sabotaging yourself. So, if you are never giving anyone an opportunity to purchase anything from you in social media, you are also doing the wrong thing. People, when they're there, if they want to find out who the best massage is and they are given your name by someone else, want to be able to go to your page, and if you can set up Schedulicity or an app that will allow them to schedule it right then, people want it now. Like when you have decided that you want to buy a product, how annoying is it to have to go to someone's page, look through their info, go to their website, look through their website, try to find where to purchase, it loops around. It's not good customer service. Now, I'm not suggesting every day you go, and for $9.99 we have this great new plant, because that also is not what's going to work in this day and age. However, you need to give people a chance to purchase, and there's so much information I could give you, and I will give you more information later to let you know how you could work with me more, because there's no way that I can pack it all in this hour. I wish I could. It's not plausible. But I will say that at least once a week, and I would do it more than that, if you need to be posting a link that says, this is our great new thing for spring. Do you like it? With the link so people can buy it. Or tagging someone. So-and-so loved this. I'm so excited. It makes me so happy, with the link so that they can buy it. If you are not selling, I don't care if it's your personal page or if it's your page or if it's your group page or whatever. If you're in business and if you're thinking that you're going to make sales and all you do is talk to your high school friends, or your high school friends or your fans on your page, or your likers, now that it's not fans, you're not going to make money. It's not going to happen. You're not engaging with the right people to begin with. And then if you do have the appropriate target market, but you're not engaging with them appropriately, you don't have someone walk in your store and never offer them to purchase anything. You don't spend your whole time, hi, your shoes, I loved your shoes, oh my gosh, can I get you a soft drink? It's such a nice day outside. How are you? I love you. Okay, let me get your coat. Goodbye. You don't do that. They are there for a purpose. And the deal is, if you are in business, first of all, the great thing about social media, but the thing that people need to wrap their minds around a lot is this, that people love transparency. Why is Facebook so freaking popular? Why have we watched reality TV? Why do we care about what Tiger Woods is doing? People, I'll tell you my biggest sales knowledge of all. This is the biggest secret that I know, and it is true. People want love. That's all they want. And for some people, that's like a warm puppy, and for some people, it's a slap in the face. You cannot figure out what love means to them, but that kind of connection is what they're doing. If I walk into a store and I love the store owner, and he is so sweet and endearing, and I can see in his eyes that I can trust him, and it's a little bit more than what I wanted to spend on a pair of shoes, excuse me, I'll do it. I like this guy, I trust him, I'm comfortable. Why not? I love the human interaction. If he tells me the shoes look great on me, if he talks to me about his grandchildren, I'm a goner. If he talks to me about something about me that gets me talking about something that I love, I'm a real goner. And this is the same process you use on social media. I hope that that's clear, because it's really important. So, next, let's talk about connecting with your target market. I can't believe we're almost halfway through. So, if it's your entire high school basketball team that are fans of your new, soul retrieval fan page, you probably are not with your target market. Yes, there are benefits to having a certain number of people on your pages. If you want to publish, if you want corporate sponsorship, there are certain times that matters. If you have 10,000 people on your page, and no one is buying from you, you have a huge problem. Huge. If you have one person on your page and they're buying consistently and it's meeting your goal, you have no problem. Weird statistics about like how much to tweet a day or how many numbers you have are insane and have nothing to do with anything. It goes back to your goal. What's your goal? Is your goal getting met? So, target market. You must have them and you must connect with them. When you connect with your target market, in an age of social media, you want to do things like someone that I adore, I'll just say, Allie Brown, who's a big entrepreneur, who cracks me up. She had a tweet last week that said, if I were a roller derby girl, what would be my name? And people went back and forth and had such a great time with it. Now, does that have anything to do with actually buying her coaching package? No. Does it have a lot to do with who she is as a shopkeeper or a person? Yes. It's totally hysterical. It makes me like her more. It fits in the vein of what she's doing. Now, if she had talked about like baking chocolate chip cookies, it's not her brand. It's not what's going on for her. It's not what I think of Allie Brown doing. I could be completely wrong, but she's a brilliant marketer, and that was a brilliant tweet. So, once you figure out who your target market is, and really, like, take a look at the people who've bought from you. And it's not just demographics. I'm sure we've all heard psychographics, but like, what is their pain? How can you solve it? And how do you find more people with that pain to solve? That's a lot of what this boils down to. So engage them. Go to their page. Ask them how they're doing. Ask for feedback after you sell stuff to people. People, if they are unhappy with what you've provided and are willing to post that in social media and let you know when you ask, do you know how many people they have told already that they didn't like your stuff? You need the opportunity to solve it. It's very much like my fiance said something about the Wizard of Oz the other day, and social media is like the Wizard of Oz. The screen has been pulled back and we all are the little men on the stool, but aren't we all giving hearts, and aren't we all giving courage, and aren't we all? Absolutely. So I mean, I could go, there's so many tangents I could go on, and I can hear people right now. Yes, but I don't want to mix my personal with my professional. Yes, but da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I understand. I get it. Like, quite frankly, when I got engaged, first of all, it was bizarre to think that that was one of the social norms now, that we go onto Facebook and we mark that we're engaged. Being in social media, are there days I want to say things on social media that maybe I don't want the world to know? Absolutely. However, like today I put a post up. There's a $25 million piece of property that I've always thought about selling that now I found out I could sell. Should I sell it? And I was thinking, wow, when I used to think about that, I was scared. So I thought, I'm going to put up a post and I'm going to say, who thinks I can do it? That's pretty darn transparent. But it also, what that endears and engenders in the people that are out there, first of all, I get to look at my post today and the comments under it, and I get to see who has my back. Those are people that, honestly, if they think that I can go sell a $25 million piece of property, if they have social media needs, I want to hang out with them. I would be happy to provide my services to them. I want clients that are up to something big, that are not so afraid of success that they'll do anything to not get it, and that they have their heart in the right place to send something supportive to me. They didn't need to do that. Was it a risky post? In some ways. I guess I'm letting you all know that it makes me a little nervous thinking about doing something that I didn't think that I could do before. But this is the like, are you engaged by what I'm saying right now? Most likely. That's how social media works. I'm talking about something that has to do with my business. I'm talking about something that fits my brand. Our brand is who we are these days. Like, if you're in the grocery store and you're afraid that people are going to overhear your comments with your family, I can't explain, like, what are you hiding? I think that I've never quite said that before, but I think that that's really important to think about. Because Yes, maybe your 6-year-old daughter, you don't want pictures of her up so that your entire client base sees that. There are easy ways to get around that. But is that a reason not to get your products out to the world? I have a client who went through an illness where she had hair loss, and she hated wearing her husband's ball cap all the time. It didn't make her feel pretty. And so she has made these amazingly buoyant, happy caps. You can go to madcapz, madcapz.net. And she makes gorgeous caps for people going through chemo or people who just want to go for a walk. You know, you can do the caps for anything. But doesn't the story of why she did that endear you to her? Wouldn't you rather buy a cap from someone like that than someone who's just out to make a lot of money? And she has videos of her daughter in the caps. They're all made in the United States. She donates to charity. If I show you a picture of a cap with polka dots on it, are you going to be nearly as interested, if you're in the market for a cap, with that, or are you going to be more interested in something that came from someone's heart, particularly if you're in the same situation she was in? Wouldn't you want to feel supported that way? Wouldn't you want to support her? And so it's important to be transparent. And I will tell you, and any of my clients who are here chatting can tell you that part of it is not comfortable. However, not making money and not having business that's doing well and feeling like technology is passing you by is much worse than doing some simple sales techniques in social media. The other advantage of social media that I will tell you that I find actually the most important is the kind of connections and the kind of feedback that you can get from people is way beyond what you would have ever expected. People will write in to my clients how much they've changed their lives. I have chills and it almost brings me to tears. My first grade teacher found me on Facebook and wrote about how I was when I was 6. I don't even remember being the way that she said that I was. And it was so sweet. And then on the anniversary of when my father passed away, she said, it's like it breaks me up too much to really talk about it, but it was so amazing. Your clients will come find you and sing your praises. And like on the day when you don't feel like launching a new product, on the day when you feel like it's too hard owning your own business, on the day when like everything goes wrong, someone that you've touched has the access to you to write to you and to say, you know, like your floral design, the flowers came for my wedding and it made my day. They were beautiful. How did you remember I loved pink geraniums? Or something like that. There is a payoff in social media that is so far beyond any of the disadvantages I cannot even tell you. And again, I'm like, but they're thinking, well, but what if I say something out there and then I can't unsay it and da-da-da-da-da. And absolutely, I completely understand. I hold people's hands through all of this. I hear you. In that specific instance, I would not recommend that you post anything you're not comfortable with. However, we are here to succeed. We are here because we have businesses that we really care about and other people who need us. And is it really that important that we keep hidden what we had for lunch at our picnic yesterday? No. So I'm going to take a little halftime break, and then we're going to go back to even bigger and juicier stuff. And I'm going to talk about, that's Carrie, about madcaps. I love my clients. So you know what? Also, it looks like what's happening is our URL is getting truncated. So let me fix that. This is also the brilliant part of social media. Okay, to my VA, you'll want to post any links again like madcaps because it wasn't working. And someone just let us know that the phone isn't working. This is hilarious. I'm so sorry, and you're absolutely right. Okay, so hold on a moment, and I'm going to take a half-time break and tell you a couple of things, and I'm going to see if my VA can get the phone to start working. And if not, we'll figure it out. So, halftime break. If you want to, you can follow me with this. You can go to http colon, is it semicolon or colon? All of a sudden I can't think because of the phone thing. You'll go to socialmediaheaven.com/class, CLASS.html. That's socialmediaheaven.com /class, CLASS.html. And we're going to talk to you, thank you. If someone can fix the phone thing now, that would be really great. I'm so sorry. I apologize. So, this is the way to work with me more. Usually it's $2,000 to work with me for a month, and I implement the stuff that we are talking about. I am really a big believer in sharing the wealth, and so I'm a little nervous doing this, but at the same time, what the freaking heck, I'm going to show you all how to do exactly what I do, and it's at a much more affordable level. And so let me tell you, we are going to have a teleclass that starts on the 12th of May. It'll be by video also, and we will be using new technology where there's split screen so you can ask video questions. There will be a forum, which is worth the price of entrance alone, the JVs that you'll form, the affiliates. I am big on community. My clients do well because I have other clients who want them to do well. They promote each other, and the amount of people that are involved in that circle is tremendous. I think in some ways it's one of the best resources I have, and you will have that from this class. So the 8 weeks are going to cover the following. First off, sales strategies specifically for your business. So we won't just be talking about these general terms that I'm talking about now. It will be very specific and broken down specific to you. We'll talk goals, we'll talk target market, we'll talk vision. We'll find your target market. So if you're sitting there and thinking, oh my gosh, I don't even know who my target market is, don't worry, most people have no idea. Really, it is a blind spot for so many people. So we're going to find them, and we're going to blow your number of friends, followers, and connections through the roof. You'll be blown away. We're going to actually show you a process where you can see what products and services your target market will buy. This is priceless, because you'll be able to base your offerings on the needs of people out there rather than working on a huge teleclass that never takes off and you spend all this time on it just because it's the wrong name. We're going to talk about launch strategy, which I think is really incredibly cool. I don't know anyone else who talks about social media and launch strategy. But we will teach you, once you've got your target market, once you've figured out what they want, absolutely how to launch it so that they buy it. It's a brilliant technique. And then we're going to do, I'm sort of a salesperson, a super simple strategy to increase your business 50% today that you can start tomorrow, but it's true. A very simple strategy that most people don't know, and it increases everyone's business more than you can imagine, at least 50%. Number 6 out of 8, you're going to learn how to compete with people who've learned this from me. I think that's sometimes what people get worried about. It's the scarcity. It's like, but what if someone else who's a Pilates instructor also took this from you? I'm not going to know how to compete. Yes, you are. There's room for all of us, and there's a way to get your message out, and business is waiting for you. You're going to get a social media wealth mindset, and I would say that it is more important than anything else. I will tell you, in my own business, until I really understood about abundance and prosperity and figured out how to implement that in practical ways to my business did not take off. It has taken off to the extent that I have to turn customers away at this moment. So that, I think, will be a fun week. And then finally, what you probably thought you really wanted and came to the call for, maybe not, but a system for doing social media that doesn't take up a lot of time, doesn't take up a lot of energy, and gets you results. So if you want this, it's 8 weeks. People learn much faster in groups, and we're going to do it, I can't believe this, it's usually $14.95, that's $1,495. For a limited time until I can't breathe anymore. We're going to do it for $495. So you can even do a 3-pay option, which is 3 payments of $165, and you can go to the link that my VA will throw up on the page again. But you know when you feel like jittery and excited on the inside because you're like diving off of a cliff? There's part of me that feels that way, but I've got to practice what I preach, and the deal is I really want you all to succeed, and it really is so simple. So come learn my techniques. It's going to be good. And Baby Medics, now that I'm probably not saying it exactly right, you've won free admission to the class. So no one go anywhere because we'll be picking another winner, but you've got a free class. The whole set, the whole 8, the whole caboodle. It's yours. So I'm psyched. I can't wait for that. Okay, so woohoo! Let's talk more. So being creative, I think that this is a really important point, and it's like I give shout outs to my clients all the time, but there are brilliant things that I've seen them do. So let me talk to you a little bit about being buzzworthy. People think very much inside a box, like here's Facebook, this is what I need to do, this is how I should post, this is how many times I need to tweet, this is da-da, and it takes forever and they don't get results. Here are things that I think are amazing. First of all, if you're in a medium like social media, if you're going to do social media itself in a cool and interesting way, then you're going to get a lot of attention from people simply because of that. So, Cynthia Lu, who is at cynthialu.com, went on a tour of New York where she did interviews for her Ustream show with entrepreneurs, and she had one of the best freaking tweets in a deli asking this woman who opened a new deli about opening her business. And she did it on audio, so when you clicked her tweet, you could hear this woman with the bagel pans in the background. She took a picture of it. Amazing tweet. Brilliant. Cynthia's in the business of getting people to start their own damn business already, and here she is talking to someone across the country. It was gorgeous. So fascinating. Wouldn't you watch her show for that? Absolutely. Lisa Stedman, LisaStedman.com. These people all are on Facebook. They are all my friends. Just go find them. You can find her under best-selling author Lisa Stedman for her fan page also. And if I've butchered anyone's information, I'll send it out to you in my next newsletter. She set up Facebook chats on Sunday nights for people who needed lessons on love. She has now morphed into an exciting new thing. But how brilliant. How many Sunday nights have we sat there lonely and had no one to talk to? And so what she did was she would be available by chat to talk to people. Brilliant business building. Phenomenal. One of the things you need to do in social media is be intimate with people. Because even though you may feel very close to me at the moment, like if I scoot my chair back enough and if I don't talk about reality and if I'm really far off and stuff, you're not going to be nearly as interested in me if I'm talking like this about social media. But if I'm available, if I'm on chat, if I'm really interested and engaged with you, it's perfect for her brand. My cat, this is the best example. I tell people all the time, do not sit and write about your cat all day unless you're selling cat products. People are not going to care. They're going to hide your feed on Facebook. They're not going to retweet you. They don't want to know on LinkedIn about your cat. So my cat has his own Facebook profile because I love my cat and my cat needed one. And I know it's against the rules. And Facebook, if you need to make me not do that anymore, I'm okay with that also. I'm happy to change. But one day my cat did some audio and recorded meowing and chatting, and it was absolutely, I thought, brilliant social media. Why shouldn't you be able to experience the cat? So if you are someone who is doing something that is visual, you need to have your pictures up there. If you're doing something that's experiential, you need to have video up there. If you're doing something that, smells a certain way, do posts and things that are provocative about smell. I have a client who's an aromatherapist, and she will talk about, like, what's your favorite childhood scent? And then she'd talk about the orange blossom water that her mother would put in these little Moroccan glasses. And then her mother, I didn't even know was on Facebook, goes in there and comments on it. And it's just all so sweet and beautiful. And don't you want to go, and it's Dina Daniel, DinaDaniel.com. But like, why wouldn't you be, like, my mouth is watering. I want to go experience that. So when you do social media, what you need to also consider is this. In the same way that you think about a store, like if you come into my store and it has nice candles and low music and the sound of running water and fans and things, like, you're going to feel a very specific way, and all of that is set up so you'll feel that very specific way. When you come to my social media sites, you need to feel that same way. The border I picked for tonight is red. It's a color of action. It's a color of success. It's a color of, it expresses the way that I feel about the message I'm delivering tonight. Now, there was a blue clouded one that Social Media Heaven I thought was really cute, but it's not the information I want to deliver tonight. It doesn't make the same sense. So you want to create in all of the aspects that you're doing things that represent your brand, things that give the experience to your clients that they can expect from you. In this day and age, it is really important to be congruent in everything you're doing, because we all know that it's very easy to end up as the top entry on Google about something being a sham if it's not something that you said you were going to deliver. So in a way, transparency really relieves us from a lot of things. So be creative. You know, it's like, have a contest and see, don't do it on Facebook unless you get it approved, but you know, see of all of the 20 fans you have who really love your product, how many people can they get to sign up for your page? Give away things, you know, and it's interesting because one of my clients said to me, you give away things a lot. And I used to really give away things a lot, and I don't give away so much anymore, but when it is in my heart and in my purpose, I absolutely will if you know, it's a nonprofit or if it's someone who can't give back. So you really need to think about your mission, think about your vision, get all of that in alignment. And really, when you sit at your computer, throw a piece of paper up there that says what your goal is. And if you are online and you're not doing anything that can have a direct impact on that goal, you're wasting time. Social media is not this have-to thing. You don't have to. I have clients who've launched things who don't have websites. The point is results. I've just started a newsletter. I haven't had time. I've had too many clients. My website until a week ago was horrible. So these have-to things, if you spend all of your time like being in the box of the social media have-tos, it's not going to work. What you need to look at, and I'm just going to say it again, but if you have a system and it's not yielding results, it is a severely broken system and you need to change it. And what all of my clients, it's like I can hear them in the background talking to me. Not literally, I'm not crazy, but I was with one of them this weekend, and it's like, she was like, you really tell people how it is. Like if they've got a product that is not working and not selling and not moving forward, you will very lovingly tell them, like, this is the different kind of product you need to do. This is the different kind of launch you needed to do for it. Get on Ustream. Don't ever go on Ustream. It's different for different people, and there's no one strategy that works for one person alone. So the last thing I think I'm going to cover is results, because I think results are insanely important. So what results have I gotten via social media? Well, I can tell you there are some clients I don't think I should say the names of yet, but if you stay posted, you can go to me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/Lindsay, Lindsay, with a capital L, Wilson with a capital W. Stay tuned, because I'll be able to tell you soon some groovy new clients. But I have absolutely gotten, and I don't get most of my clients from social media, but I certainly have gotten like some amazing household names from it for myself. The increase in people's target market, I just recently computed for someone that I worked for a couple of months, and she had a 1,200% increase in the number of people in her target market that she was connected to. 1,200%. Can you imagine having, like, however big your client base is now, 1,200%. That's 1,200% increase via social media. I've had people who have not known the people who've signed up for teleclasses of theirs, and in pieces it's been because I've communicated with them as one of their clients on their page about the results that I'm getting. I have a lot of people in the area where I am who now, and I love this. At the beginning, I had suggested that we support different people and promote different people's activities on other people's pages. And now it's become a norm when someone has a big project or a big product launch that's coming up, everyone in this little circle will promote it. Do you realize, like, if you partner up with someone who has a similar target market but a different product, that simply by having them sing your praises in a testimonial on their page, as a Facebook event, do a Ustream show along with them. Like, there are 5 million ways you can absolutely get your mission and vision out to double the amount of people instantaneously. There is no reason why you should not be succeeding with social media. None. And if it's the technology that's problematic, send me an email at support@coachlindsay.com and I will give you a simple plan to take that obstacle out of your way, because it's not hard, it's not difficult, but it is also not about like, okay, now I got to get my golf club and go like do my perfunctory golf playing. That's not the deal. Like, we are here to hit the ball out of the park. We are here to make a massive difference. We're here to have massive sales. We're here to have, Wendy Clark is starting a nonprofit where she is going to be making Afghani tile, and the proceeds will go for microloans for women in Afghanistan and birth kits. This weekend, when she was talking about the fact that women there are giving birth behind hanging sheets and the doctor cannot touch them, and the supplies are not sterilized, and women are dying because they don't have a $25 birth kit. Like, I think I'm going to get off of this and go do more social media for her, because there's no reason that things like that should happen. We live in a world now, and it is not a negative, that you have access to millions and millions and millions of people instantaneously. And there is no excuse for your business not to do well. And I know what economy we're in. I understand all of this. And I could go on and on and on and on. But the deal is that if you're thinking that social media is too time consuming, or it's not going to meet your needs, or you'd rather keep your own life private, just know that you are missing a huge area of opportunity for your business and for yourself in terms of connection. If you were brave enough to start your own business, I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. If you were brave enough to do that on your own and be that bold, you can be bold enough to succeed also. And I will tell you, the thing that is fascinating about this is, yeah, I've got loads and loads and years and hours and, I've done sales for a very long time. You know what? And I don't know that I finished that before. I do want to say that I was an awful salesperson, and then someone taught me. And so I know that everyone says that you have to be born a salesperson. I have not one bone in my body that is naturally born salesperson. I will even tell you the truth. This is a big secret, and then I'm giving something away because I hate being this visible, which is why I'm in social media. I teach the exact same thing I need to know. I should turn it around and watch the whole show about myself. But I'm brave. I'll do it, even though I don't want to. So, what was the scary thing I was going to say? That's really funny. It just slipped out of my mind. I saw Malaya say she'd be my ideal customer. I love that. I love that. Okay, let's do this then. And I see questions. I love that. You know what? I'm going to look at the questions for a minute. So do I teach clients to sell? I teach clients to sell via social media, because that's the point. Yes, and Baby Med Basics, please send an email to us so we can give you the class for free. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. We've got 5 minutes left. Erin, I don't remember what I was going to say. I'm going to have to think about it again. But I would love if folks would post on the chat, if you're on the chat, why you need this class. And then I'm going to pick the best answer out of the next 5. Okay. So, and what about artists? All of these things are true. I absolutely have artists that I represent. Love it. Artists. Yes. Send me questions also, because this has been really fun, and I would love to talk more about these things. And certainly all of these things will be covered in the class. I'm really big on results. So it's like if we get a class of all artists and you all just want to know specific things about that, BFA from NYU, I'm more than happy to talk art. So, okay. Oh, good. People are writing. Social media. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, this is awesome. I'm giving it to Deborah Everton. Selling makes my palms sweat. I love it. And I'm sorry to everyone else that I couldn't give it to because the line that was too long. I hate that. I'm sorry, but Deborah, that was awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'll tell you what, if you all want to send me emails also about, you know what, go to my Facebook page, and you'll need to go to my fan page because unfortunately I've maxed out on friends. But if you search Lindsay Wilson on Facebook, it'll say public profile, so-and-so number of people who like me. And if you'll post there why you would like to be in the class, I'll pick one more from all the answers that get there, so there's not a time crunch. So I thought I was going to give away one free class tonight. 3! So what was the really visible thing I was going to say? I don't remember. Hold on a second. Let me see. Paul, do you remember what I started talking about?
No.
I don't remember. I was bad at sales. I was really bad at sales. And someone taught me. I know I wanted to say that. And really taught me. And it really is a science. And it's really so easy. And it's really not hard. I promise to post something really transparent tomorrow on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, just so you all can join into whatever it was so I can practice what I would preach. And you know what? I'm going to throw in some fast action bonuses. I love selling stuff. This is so fun. I'm like, my friends have fast action bonuses. I want fast action bonuses. So, okay, what should I throw in as fast action bonuses? For the next 5 people who sign up on the link, and if my VA Paul can throw that link up again, I'll give you 100 of your target market people on Facebook. I'll go find them. I'll friend them for you. I'll start the relationship with them. So in addition to the ridiculously low priced class of $495, you'll get 100 people of your target market. So yay! Okay, Jill, you are finally on. And I think that's it. I'm really, really, really excited to have been here with you all. And I really appreciate your time and your attention. And please know, social media is just a given fact of doing business in today's world, and you need to know how to do it. Would you have ever not used a cash register because it was too difficult? Would you have ever just decided not to use a computer because it was too difficult? Would you have ever not taken shipments from across the country because that was new? No, you need to, with loving guidance, jump in the deep end and swim, and that's very different than jumping in the deep end alone. So what I can pledge to you is that I am fiercely committed to your success, and fiercely committed to you not being in fear, and fiercely committed to giving the knowledge that I have to you about social media and how you could create world peace through social media. I'm seriously not kidding. So I look forward to hearing from anyone who has questions. First 5 people, you're getting 100 target market friends. And I would take this class. I think the value, and I don't take anybody's classes. I'm bad as a salesperson. I mean, I just signed up for one. But no, I really actually have signed up for a lot of classes. But I would say this class is going to rock. For the amount of money, I mean, how many items would you have to sell to make $500? The investment in this is going to pay off forever. You're going to have the recordings for a lifetime. It is going to be so content dense, it's not even funny. So it would be my honor and my pleasure to help you. You do not need to suffer in business alone. It is not necessary. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I was going to say that I actually am a fairly unsocial person. So the truth about me doing social media is that sitting behind my computer in my pajamas is actually, with the people that I'm talking to, which are, not in the same room, is really a wonderful level of comfort for me. And that's very different than I think what most people would perceive. So I think there's a non sequitur in there. But anyway, I am passionate about your success. And if you will be passionate too, and trust me, $165 to get started, your business by the beginning of summer is going to be exploding. So I look forward to seeing you all in the class, and thank you so much for your time. Okay, have a great night.